Hey everyone, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist. In this case, the topic is fuel storage. Fuel is pretty important part of your preparations because it basically gives you options. It gives you the option of running your generator when you need it. It gives you the option of mobility, of fueling up your vehicle and evacuating if the situation calls for that. One of the things that we've seen during Sandy Superstorm and also during Katrina, well as many other natural disasters where evacuation was called for, was that gas stations simply cannot keep up, especially because there's lack of supply. Everyone wants gas at the same time, everyone leaves at the same time, and there's just no fuel to go around. So basically what you have to do so as to avoid that is have your fuel stored ahead of time. Basically, you have to look at where it is that you're going to be going in case of having to evacuate, which would be your alternative location, your bug out location, where it is that you have family or friends that are going to be willing to take you in. You load up your vehicle with the people, with the supplies that you intend to take, and you drive over there so as to have a good idea of how much fuel you actually need. Don't just go by guessing or just trying to figure out on your own. Actually drive over there and see how much fuel it is that you use up to get there. Once you have that number, add a 25% more just in case. There may be the case of maybe taking an extra person or having a little bit of extra weight. Maybe there's problems along the road and you have to use alternative routes, or maybe just because of extra traffic you end up using more fuel than intended. Once you have that number figured out correctly, you have to store it, and for that my recommendation is going for classic metal jerry cans such as this one, 20 liter or 5 gallon. Yes, there are plastic ones that some are better than others. In my experience, they always end up having problems. They leak, they're a little bit more fragile, I suppose. I just prefer metal for storing fuel. Now the problem is that gasoline does go bad as time goes by. Usually after a few months, after 6-12 months, if you haven't stabilized that gasoline, you will be having problems. It does gum up. One of the things you have to add then is a fuel stabilizer. Stabil is a very well-known fuel stabilizer, even though I've read some criticisms of people that haven't had that great experience with it. I found this product actually. This is called DinoTabs Fuel Stabilizer Tablets. Comes in tablet form, which is pretty handy, pretty easy to use. Each tablet protects up to 2.5 gallons and up to a year. So for one jerry can, a 5-gallon jerry can, you would have to add 2 of these so as to keep it good for a year. I try to replace that fuel every 6 months if possible, so as to not push it, but basically it is supposed to work up for a year. I looked up information online on Google and such. Google it up. Haven't found that much information about it, guys, to be honest. The little information that I did find was positive. One guy in a forum was saying he had been using it and had good results. Then I found on eBay Australia a guy that had sold about 200 of these, and he still had 100% positive reviews. I read those reviews, and some of those clients had bought these before and had good results and were buying again, and apparently that's the case. If you have more information, folks, about this, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Leave it there in the comment section if you have any more information about this specific product. So basically, you have your fuel, you have your cans, you stabilize the fuel using Stabil or using this product or some other fuel stabilizer, and what you have to do finally is add the exact date in which you prepare that fuel. That would be February 11th. So it's going to be 02. Trying to do this with the camera between my hands isn't that as easy. 11th to 13, right? And we add here just in case that it has been stabilized. All right, and that's it. Just peel the tape, and if the camera comes along with me here, there we go. We just leave it there on the side so as to know that that fuel has been stored in this state, and so to give us a better idea of when we have to replace it. Remember folks, you don't want to push this. You certainly don't want to get stuck with fuel gone bad when you need it the most during an emergency. So don't play around with this. Do replace the fuel when it's supposed to. 6 months, between 6 and 12 months should be okay when stabilized, but don't try to push it any much further than that. Play it safe. Okay folks, so that's basically it guys. Remember to subscribe because there's more stuff coming up. Have a great day, take care, see you in our next video.